All right, space fans. A new transmission has been received from a distant galaxy, this time from COVID-19. We're going to look at this patch on my Buchla system here. It starts with just a sort of a funky bass line. Now, this bass line, the output voltages, of course, encode the notes. It is the talk function of the pendulum ratchet that is bringing the funk. So right now, that's over here. If I change talk so that it's all tick, there it is. But we're going to syncopate things. We're going to get funky. Now, what inspired this patch was I got a new toy. Todd Barton put up a video about his brand new Modal Synthesis Voice. He invited it over for a play date. Well, guess what? I have a play date too. So here's the Modal Synthesis Voice. We're not hearing anything right now, but I can make a few adjustments, and we'll hear it shortly. All right. So here we're seeing a couple of cool things. The mallet is being driven by a control voltage, and what the mallet is giving us is on beats 1 and beat 4 of the 7-beat pattern, we're getting a little flam that's signifying the downbeat. What's also happening is we're getting our pitch slightly delayed by our analog shift register right there. And because of both repeated notes and different notes and the way that talk function is working, it's got a hell of a lot more groove than our original pattern. Okay, so speaking of 7-beat patterns, let's go look at that. That's our 7-beat pattern right there. And let's bring it in as a drummer. I'm going to turn up a couple more knobs. Now, if you try to count this, what you'll notice is that the bass line does not count the same as the drums. The drums are in 7, the bass is in funk. What one of my favorite music teachers told me was, it's a lot more fun to play free jazz than it is to listen to it. So I just want you all to know, I'm having fun. Now let's bring in our special effects. Our first special effect is this Digital Resonator. The Digital Resonator is just magic in a box. And I'm going to bring it in first by just bringing up some knobs here. I've got a nice little dual voltage controller, also from 1979. It's like a percussionist, except it's a percussionist who's not listening to the freaking music. So let's get this percussionist on plan. Here is where we want to hear the percussionist. We've got a little plan here, which is we hear the percussionist for a little bit, and for the time being, I'm going to put these up here. We're going to hear the percussionist, then we're not. We're going to hear a little more, then we're not. So let's hear what that sounds like. All right, so when the voltage is high, we get to the right-hand side of that 256, we get signal out here that says, let them play. And now, we hear a little phrase and a little space. Phrase, a little more space. Every 16 beats is when we advance. So basically every 4 measures. So there's 12 bars, 8 bars, 12 bars, there's 8 bars, 4 bars. Except we're kind of in 7, even though it's counting in 8. Does it matter? Absolutely not. Remember, it's more fun to play free jazz than it is to listen to it. But next, we're gonna add another musician. And the musician we're gonna add is a synth player. Now, right now, the synth player is not being heard because this middle value is excluded in both 260, 256 guys here. But if I drop this down, that low voltage is going to become a high voltage on the bottom unit. And now we've got our synth playing. So let's go check that out. Letting the percussionist sit out, and we're going to listen to the synth player. Now what's going on with the synth player is we've got some triple sawtooth synths, and we've got a triple square wave synth. The sawtooth wave is just playing a series of arpeggios, which would be incredibly boring, except that we also modulate the color based on a random value, and the color in a triple sawtooth here is which harmonics get played along with the tonic. So are we playing the third harmonic, the second harmonic, the fourth harmonic, some combination? And because the color sounds so much like you're playing different notes, it becomes this arpeggiated harmonic series that actually sounds kind of cool. So that's this guy. The other guy, we don't have any color modulation at all. We're basically playing some unison octaves just because it sounds cool, but we're giving it, instead of a boring arpeggio the same time every time, we're giving it random modal scale music. So we effectively get two different colorations of a modal arpeggiated run, one done honestly with the control voltage giving us note values, and the other one a different kind of honesty with coloration giving us the harmonic series. Now, to get this good behavior of these two synth players playing at the same time, we allow the first one to play, and when it's finished, it will allow the second one to come in after some delay. So here we've got no delay, and the decay holds the channel open. Here we've got a pre-delay, so give that person some time, and then hold the channel open, and then there's our synthy attack for that second player. So at the end of the day, what we have, got this kind of funky improvisational thing where it sounds like we've got a drummer, got a bass player, a funky bass player, a percussionist, and a keys player, roughly playing from the same sheet of music, which is almost all being driven by my favorite source. Gotta check this out. The source of uncertainty. Got one over here. And of course, one over there. But properly modulated, properly interpreted, all this uncertainty makes for a pretty fun time when you're under attack by foreign agents from the galaxy COVID-19. I hope you are all staying healthy and safe during this period of quarantine, and love to see what you are doing with your analog synthesizer. Until then, see you around.